Hi, this is JC from Yoga Studio Satya, and I started doing a picture tutorial of how to make ghee, and my camera died. So the beginning of this tutorial is pictures, and the end is video. We're just getting to the action part here, so I suppose it's a good time to change media anyways. Ghee is wonderful and it has the Ayurvedic properties of being cooling and nourishing. So if you need to be cooled and nourished, this is great. And I'm doing this as part of our Spring Cleanse workshop, which is a bigger workshop helping us to get deep into the tissues in the subtle body and release all kinds of toxins, and with them all of the health issues that they cause. Poor sleep, poor cravings, poor energy, all of that. We want to be rich and have a really rich life. So in order to get rich by losing, we're going to make some ghee today. So here is the starts of my ghee. I use a spatula. This is a handmade hardwood wooden scraper made by Rex Harrison of Rex Rings, donated for our video. And then you'll need just a regular bowl. So there is a little bit of bubbling action going on. So we're boiling some of the water off. The water is going to keep the temperature rather even, and as the water leaves, the temperature of the oil can then rise higher than 100 degrees C or 212 Fahrenheit. So at that point we have to start watching much more carefully and things start happening a little more quickly. So take your time, be patient, and understand that you're going to be standing near your stove for 10 minutes. It's not too bad. So I usually do 2 pounds at a time in a large flat pan, as you see here. Would be used for deep frying chicken if I weren't a vegetarian. Butter is dairy, milk is dairy, and ghee comes from dairy, but depending on your school of thought, it's not necessarily considered dairy. So if you're on a dairy-free diet, use your judgment about ghee. I encourage you to try it and judge for yourself how you respond to that. You're removing, as you remove all the foam and the scum and the impurities, you're also removing all the dairy protein. So there is some debate out there about whether or not ghee counts as dairy. I don't count it as dairy. I allow it during a cleanse, which is a dairy-free time. So depending on the severity of your dairy-related issues, experiment with it and see how it influences you, and see if you have the same reasons to avoid ghee that you avoid your dairy. So while you're waiting for your ghee, one of the things you can be doing is preparing a mason jar. I actually prefer the ones that you can put your hand into and clean more easily. But you'll prepare 2 jars for 2 pounds of ghee. Pints a pound the world around, right? So you're going to have your pint of oil, clean and dry. You don't want any water because that can create spoilage. And then your lid. It can be the 2-part kind, the 1-part kind. You can actually store your ghee in whatever you want. If you want to use a crock, that's on you. So we're scraping the foam, and see now it's starting to hold together. And I'm going to get it little by little, scoop it up, and wipe it into my bowl of stuff I don't want. And there I've got quite a bit of this sort of white, solid, more dry junk in there. Just a word about ghee and ghee making. You are dealing with very hot oil, and as the water is removed, it's hotter than boiling water, so perhaps not the best job for young children. And then in the usage of ghee, just because it's better than butter doesn't mean it's a free ticket to eat 2 pounds of ghee a day. I'm looking for a clear oil, no more bubbling because bubbling means water, and a nice toasted popcorn smell. Obviously you don't want a scorched, burnt smell. And at this point with the same heat I have very few bubbles, so there's no water in there anymore. So I'm not going to spoil on the shelf. So I'm just going to scrape this last little bit of foam. And you basically come to a point where you have to to call it done. And the next thing to do will be to pour our ghee off into our clean, dry mason jars that we prepped. And there you have it. 2 pints of fresh homemade ghee. Makes an excellent gift. Excellent to eat with. You can add that to tea, herbal teas, or you use that in a lot of medicinal Ayurvedic preparations. So your local Ayurvedic practitioner or counselor may direct you to use ghee or how to use ghee. Use it in all the ways that you would use butter as an improvement over regular butter. And it's also great for massage. So Ayurvedic self-massage is a big part of your dinacharya or daily rhythm. And ghee makes an excellent massage oil or base of a scented massage oil, especially for people who have pitta or vata. It can be a little rich for kaphas, so you know who you are, kaphas. If you have that issue, be judicious, go lightly with your use of ghee, or consult your local Ayurvedic practitioner. I'm JC. This has been a ghee making tutorial by Yoga Studio Satya, and I hope you have a great day.